double kettlebell half snatch?
So a half snatch is where you snatch the weight up and then you end into racking. So I'm going to talk about this without the weight first. We're going to do this with either a pendulum swing or a hip hinge or any other variation in between, because it just says double kettlebell half snatch. It doesn't say pendulum, it doesn't say hip hinge or anything else. So you decide. So the hip hinge is where the ankles are not involved. The shins remain vertical. That's the hip hinge, and you're using two joints, which is the knees and the hips. So this is the hip hinge right here. I would push the weight through, my arms connect, I feel a part of my underarm or my elbow connecting to my body somewhere. Now I know it's back as far as it needs to be. Okay, then I squeeze the glutes and I pull the shoulders up. My shoulders are connected to my arms, so my arms are gripping to the kettlebell. So it's pulling the weight out with the legs. Okay, coming out of that hip hinge, using my glutes, my hamstrings, adductor magnus, and whatever else is involved in hip extension. My back just remains straight. As I'm here, I keep that weight closer, which means my elbows come back a bit. Then that weight is directed up. I need to do this powerfully, because if it's not powerfully, then the weight doesn't enter the ballistic flight. The ballistic flight means that you power something and then you don't power it anymore, but it keeps going. And it only goes for a little bit. Now, that's what you want to take advantage of when it's in the ballistic flight, because then you can let go, which you need to do. So here I'm pulling the weight out with hook grip, which means the handle is positioned within my fingers, not a tight grip. Then I'm here, now the weight enters the ballistic flight, it keeps going. The base of the kettlebell, which is the bottom, starts pointing up, and I can let go and insert my hands into that top corner here of the handle. I'll show you in a bit. Then, because I punch into that corner, the handle goes 45 degrees, which is what you want all the time. Then the bell comes around and I lock out and fixate, which means that my body is still, I'm showing control of the weight. So you don't want to go into the next rep without being completely still. That is just sloppy. You need to show control. Okay, once I'm here, I pull my elbows down and they're coming together almost. Here I feel them landing on my chest. And from here, I keep my elbows on my side. Then the weight falls away because we're doing a swing. We want to create that back swing. That means that the weight needs to come away from us, but we don't want to throw it. This is enough. Naturally, let the weight fall on the elbow. So what I mean by that is, here, my elbow is here, and the weight is falling. The weight is on the elbow and then it's falling. Then, as I'm almost extended here, then the elbow comes off and I still stay in extension. Then the handle moves from 45 degrees into hook grip. That's re-gripping. And because I'm standing tall and I'm anticipating that weight, it comes back into me, the backswing. So then we get the backswing, I hinge, I insert really deep so that I can get more range. If I do shallow, I don't get enough range. If you don't have enough range, you can't generate enough power. The more range you have, the more power you can generate. So nice and deep, but only so deep as is allowed by good form and technique, to a straight back, looking here. All right, let's do this with some weight. I could talk about this for hours. Because I'm going to do this forcefully, I want the handles to be horizontal. Not vertical, horizontal. It just works better on a natural grip and position of your arm. So the first rep is going to be from that, and from there on out, it's going to be from racking into backswing. Here we go. Great tension between me and the bells. Pull back, snatch, and press out. My knees are locked out, my hips are locked out, my abs are on, my lats are pulled down, I'm looking ahead, pushing my head through the window, elbows are locked out, pull down. As I pull down, the handles can land on top of each other. Right here, a stacking grip. Fingers need to be away, racking safety grip. Then from here, elbows on my midsection, let it drop, make sure that I'm wide enough with the feet. Backswing, snatch. Drop into racking, drop into backswing. Good overhead lockout, drop into racking, drop into backswing, snatch, and overhead, and repeat. As I put them down, I got
Burpees.
how many?
4 CrossFit burpees.
4 CrossFit burpees is your penalty for putting them down. Okay, CrossFit burpee.